Hello, everyone. Semi-retired Bob here. I talk about the carnivore diet, all things related to the carnivore diet, and miscellaneous odds and ends. Today is one of those miscellaneous odds and ends days. Um, if you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Normally, I'm out walking around, but today I'm sitting here in front of my computer because I have a lot of stuff going on here today, so I don't really have time to go out and do an extended walk. I'm going to try and get out there and do that this evening, but of course I can't really record much in the evening because there's not enough light. But I'm just here to show you that it's never too late to change your life. I'm 60 years old, and after 40 years of being sick, I am now doing things I never thought I could do before. You can go back and watch some of my other videos to see what all of those things are, but I am glad you're here. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. I'm also glad you're here. I am going to try and explain my workout routine to you at the end of this video. Not so much my workout as my morning stretching routine. I tried to take some video of it. I've got a few little clips I may throw in, but to be honest, they're not very flattering. Not that I expected them to be flattering, but I'm still trying to decide if I'm actually going to show you those clips or I might just talk you through what I'm doing. But anyway, some of you may choose to stop watching the video here, and I perfectly understand that because today is launch day for a new flavor of Keto Chow. But it's not like other Keto Chows. This one is different, and I'm just going to read the release to you that Chris has on the website about those of you may or may not have heard of Keto Chow Core. Keto Chow Core is, well, now let me just click over here and read this to you. Keto Chow Core is dairy-free and uses beef protein isolate instead of milk protein isolate. Keto Chow Core, Keto Chow Core comes either with stevia for the sweetener, or you can choose the unsweetened variant and pick a sweetener of your own choosing or leave it unsweetened, among other options. You can choose monk fruit, erythritol, allulose, stevia, sucralose, xylitol, whatever you want. Keto Chow Core is slightly thinner than classic Keto Chow. The milk protein considerably thickens the mixture, and with that replaced by beef protein isolate, you don't get that thickening. If you want it to be a bit thicker, a quarter teaspoon of guar gum can thicken it up very nicely. Keto Chow Core does not mix as well as classic Keto Chow. If you use cold water and a shaker cup to mix, you should expect some clumps. If you use a blender or very warm water, it should mix properly. Now, I do want to insert a little warning here. Something that I found when I was mixing my Keto Chow Core. Because I normally, as I've said in other Keto Chow launch videos, I use butter. Now, I know butter kind of defeats the purpose of having a dairy-free Keto Chow because there is a little bit of dairy in butter. I mean, it is dairy, but it's mostly just the fats. But anyway, because I usually I'll put some water over the butter in the shaker cup to keep it from getting, going poof all over the microwave. I'll get it hot so that the butter melts into the hot water. Then I'll add some cold water to cool it back off, throw the mix in there, and give it a good shake. Well, the Keto Chow Core is something different about the beef protein isolate over the dairy. If you do it the way I've been doing it, as I discovered, and Chris does mention it later in that article on the website, that if you mix this up in a shaker cup, you'll get 6 or 7 or 8 good shakes in, and then the pressure will build up and it'll go poof. And I discovered this by going poof. And I'm usually standing by my kitchen sink. So I had to pull the screens out of the kitchen windows and wash them, and then wash down the windows underneath the screens and the cupboards on either side. It got explosive very quickly. So be aware that you're going to want to use your either a blender or an immersion mixer, which is what I've been doing. I have a little immersion mixer. So the other one I tried, I put a little immersion mixer in it, and it mixed right up, and it stayed mixed very well. I will say now what they recommend or tell you can use for your fat source with the Keto Chow Core is you can mix it up with beef tallow for your fat. And now you've got a completely dairy-free offering. And while I didn't do that here at the house, Chris did make up his Keto Chow Core with beef tallow at the Omaha Hard to Kill Summit. I tasted that and it was very good. I really liked that. But anyway, on to the two new flavors that they have launched. They have and I'll put a little picture up here. They have a strawberry cream core and a vanilla cream core, which means they're made with beef protein isolate instead of milk protein isolate. They come in both sweetened and unsweetened. The sweetened version comes with stevia. The unsweetened is unsweetened. And I did make one sweetened to taste, and those were both very good. I liked them a lot. But I also made one of the unsweetened just to see what it would taste like without any sweetener in it at all. And I won't recommend this, but if I was down to, because some people get triggered by sweeteners. Sweeteners are not great for some people. I haven't been having any problems with them the few times I've tried them, but I did want to be able to tell you that the unsweetened is drinkable as is. You don't have to add sweetener to it. I made one of the strawberry cream without sweetener and just drank it straight. And I could tell that it didn't have sweetener in it. It did not taste nearly as good as the other ones, but it is drinkable. So those of you that have problems with sweeteners could get, if you have some, remember, Keto Chow is an occasional treat if you're on a carnivore diet, or perhaps if you have oral surgery or anything that makes it so that you're having a hard time eating for a few days, this could be an option for you. That's all I'm saying. But I do have a Keto Chow link down below if you want to go check it out. But I just wanted to let you know that the two new flavors that dropped are very tasty, and I like the core. For those of us that are doing dairy free, the Keto Chow Core could be an answer to stay dairy free if we're having trouble chewing. Now on to the exercise stuff. What I do first thing in the morning when I get up is I go out to my stairway and I start by putting one of my legs on the fourth step up. I started off on the third step up, and now I'm up to the fourth step up, so it's about waist high. And then I turn towards the leg and bend over a little bit and get a stretch and hold it for about a 10 count. And then I turn to the side, so it's kind of a straddle split thing. And then I bend my right knee, the knee that's on the ground, and I drop down and hold that for a 10 count or so. And then I try to lean over and touch the ground and hold that for about a 10 count or so. And then I switch sides and do the other leg. Then I sit down on the second step and I put my arms on my knees and kind of push out to work those inner hip muscles, try and stretch those out a little bit. Again, I lean over each knee to get it stretched out. And then I bend over and touch the ground in front of me if I can. Then I straighten my knees and do the same thing. At some point, I hope to be able to do that sitting on the ground, but sitting on the ground with my spinal stenosis puts an odd angle on my back, so I can't get nearly the stretch that I do sitting on the first or second step of my stairway. Then while I'm sitting there, I do some front leg lifts, and then I hold my toes together and lift both legs at the same time to get a little lower abdominal workout. And then if it's push-up day, while I'm out there at the steps, I go ahead and do my push-ups. Again, I'm on the second step, so I'm not doing straight up flat push-ups, but I am getting a pretty good workout through the shoulders. Hopefully some of that little bit of footage got inserted there to show you what I'm doing. I am still undecided because my form, in looking at the videos, my form is not great. And I don't really want to put bad form videos out there. Hopefully as I get better, I can better form. You know, I've talked to Jonathan, and I'm watching a lot of his videos. I'm going to be talking to Coach Bronson coming up here. And hopefully I can get some ideas for how to get better form out of him. And at that point, I may show you a lot more video clips of how I work out, how I stretch, that kind of stuff. Because the last thing I want to do is put out a video that shows bad form. Because I'm trying to help you, not hurt you. And if you're not using good form, I know that I'm doing fairly good form, but it doesn't look like good form because I still have, like, my knee joints look like they're bent, even though they're as straight as I can get them. I'm doing some other exercises that are supposed to help straighten the knees out the rest of the way. We'll see. They've been bent for so long, I may not ever get there, but we'll see how that goes. And one more quick thing in this video, I did have a comment asking me if I had, you know, since I occasionally talk about the Cerule products, you know, I don't do a hard sell on that. If you want to try it, there's a link in the description. It's scrolling across the bottom of the screen. But one of the commenters asked if I had any personal stories about how Cerule has helped me. And I have talked about this a little bit. I'll talk about it again very briefly. You all know I fell on trail back in January and messed up my shoulder. And it had slowly healed over 3 or 4 months. And again, these are not cause and effect claims. I can't make those claims. It could have just been the natural healing process of being a carnivore. But my shoulder, which had gotten 90% better, is now completely healed all the way. I have no trouble with my shoulder. The other thing is that my toes on both feet have always felt a little bit swollen. They don't look swollen, but when you go to, you know, like curl your toes, they have felt swollen. And I'm pretty sure that was from some diabetic neuropathy and the fibrin buildup that happens in small blood vessels. I won't say that that is completely gone, but it is 90 to 95% noticeably better than it has been in the past. So again, I can't say for sure because you're not allowed to make cause and effect claims on Cerule products, but I can tell you that those two things have corrected themselves since I started taking the Cerule products. I'm not asking you to buy anything. Just there's a link down in the description. Go check it out. There, if you click on that link, you'll find the on that front page a link to the scientific reports. And I can say that the Cerule products do exactly what they claim they will do. Well, I hope you enjoyed this quick little video. I know this is not a type of video that everybody will like because I'm talking about the new Keto Chow release, which are very good. I talk about some exercises, which I may or may not have shown you. I don't know at this point what I inserted into the video because I'm recording the base overall video. And I talked about Cerule. This is, and remember, all of this is 5 to 10% problems. Meat will still get you. Just eat the meat and the fat, add the salt, drink the water. That'll get you 90 to 95% of where you need to go. I still stand by that. I live my life by that. And again, I apologize if you don't like this kind of video. I'll have something right back into Carnivore for you tomorrow, but I wanted to let you know, for those of you that do have an interest in some of the other things that I talk about, decided just to put it all in one video to get it over with. That's what I've got for you today, folks. Don't forget, get out there, be 1% better today, tomorrow, every day. Oh, and I hope you enjoyed my little live stream that came up today with Nicole and Jonathan. That was awesome. That was a lot of fun. Have a great day, folks. I'll see you in the next one.